don't think so. I mean, hi, good evening. Because sometimes, like, the tissues I use for removing the excess paint from my brushes, it looks like, because I've been lately using red and brown. That's not a nice combination on live stream. So it's paint, okay? It's paint. So good evening. Earlier today I did a LiveWIPs extra, and you would think, oh, why you don't have to do it now? You just do it tomorrow. And to that I say, nah, I just want to get it done and over with. And I did a sketch jam attempt, so I might change extras to sketch jam or just be let it be an addition. I don't know. We'll just see how it goes. And one of the first things I did using, I'm pretty sure I got this from, did I get this from Target? I forgot, but I found this random sketchbook. I think I gave this to my son. Turns out he doesn't care for drawing. My 6 hearts have crashed and felt sad. So this is what I got so far. No, this was not in my last. It was not done this far. This was off camera. So if you want to see the LiveWIPs extras before this one, well, it's just me blabbing while I try to get something done. But I had to clean up a whole bunch of the line art. I don't know why this one looks weird to me. I might fix this one because this bothers me. And some of the lines are way too thick, so I'm going to try to add a little bit more paint in certain areas. But some of my paints have gotten a little chunky. A little, kinda. But it's better than nothing. Plus, I have some eyesores on here. Let's see.
He's making an avocado vegetable.
Thank you for sharing, sir. And as per usual, like I mentioned, because it's the nighttime, I have uninvited guest speakers, but they will say anything whether I like it or not. So here we go. How to do this? Maybe I could make this a little closer so you don't have to look at the mystery paper towel of your. Let me just adjust here and hope I don't make this fall. Excuse my sleeve. So make this a little closer. All right, so this is what I have so far. I would do the other stand that I actually intended before, but unfortunately, that would require the webcam, and I've used the webcam late at night. It for some reason, the algorithm doesn't work when I use it. So I use my phone, and I get a lot more traction from there. So let me try to make my stuff go live right now on my PC. I mean, um, it's kind of weird, but it helps me see a little bit in terms of my references, because if I don't have anything running behind my references, my monitor just goes blank. Anyway, I don't know why this looks like she has no teeth. Like, this is like, I don't know who was bothering me. Now that I have no one in here, I can go blah, blah, blah. Oh, sorry, there's someone here. Hi. um, I have a bunch to clean up actually, and I usually do that with white acrylic paint. But the parts, I will probably not finish this because it requires some very straight lines. I'm not good with straight lines. If you like, just use a ruler. Even with a ruler, I'm not good with straight lines. That's how bad I am. Like, what kind of BS is that, lady? I don't know. That's my brain. My brain's like, no. But I will probably do the action lines to show that she's giving whatever opponent a knuckle sandwich of Sailor Jupiter off paper. I will try to clear up some of the areas first before I decide on certain lines off camera. I don't want to. It's one thing with painting, I can hide my mistakes, but with lines, especially straight lines, I have to do off camera, unfortunately, because how I'm positioned, it's not very even for me. Oh my goodness. That's my stupid what is it? My get ready to do your live stream alarm. Yes, I have alarms for almost everything I deem important. So, um I need alarms, not just one. Well, when it's in the evening time when I'm more alert, I only need one, but in the morning, fun fact, I need at least 3 alarms. 2 doesn't cut it. But sometimes if it's really bad, I need 4. It's like, ugh, the body ain't the way it used to be. So anyway, yeah, I'm just trying to clear up some of the pencil. I know I could erase it, but sometimes when I'm trying to rush, I will wrinkle or crinkle my paper while I'm erasing, while I'm in a hurry. So I just paint over it. It's not like I'm not like giving it to anyone, so that's fine. But I have some mistakes and I'm trying to clear it out, and then I can blend it in with the base color or whatever color I have on hand. And yeah, I have a bunch of problems. This is me clearing up all the pimples, all the blemishes, so I can pretend it's somewhat flawless. Let me pretend. Okay. Where's my paint? I know it's somewhere, sir. And if I have to work with like the belated Christmas wreath, I will work on it. But for the time being, yeah, I have like a buttload of works in progress. That's why I call it LiveWIPs, because I have a ton of works in progress to deal with, and I'll be doing it till the end of my days, apparently. Let's suffer together. I mean that with love. Let me see. I'm trying to. Where is Peach? And goodness gracious, my hair gets in my face when I look down. I can see why, as you get older, a lot of older women cut their hair short. I did have my hair cut short for several years. Then I was suggested, oh, your hair's so much prettier when it's longer. Yeah, well, it goes in, it gets everywhere. It sucks. If you like long hair so much, why don't you wear long hair? Sorry, I get kind of bitter when it comes to long hair. Okay, I found my newer paint. That's, oh my gosh, it's molting. Get out of there. So I need to continue cleaning this up. It's like there's nothing at all. The other thing is, I think I need to make the shadows of her white outfit a little bit neutral. I think that's the term for that, because I made it too blue. That's what I get for using phthalo blue and white. It's not enough. I need to probably add a bit of gray or black of some kind. If only it was easier to remove your blemishes in real life with paint. I mean, it's called makeup, I know, but, you know, it's, yeah. You have awards, just paint yourself with acrylic paint with assorted beiges and dark browns and, I don't know about white. Pinks? I think pink. Yeah, when I left off on the last live stream, this was only line art, and the line art was so rough. I was like, ooh, excuse me, sir. No. I I already told you what that stood for last time we talked about that. So you should try to remember, because your memory is way better than mine. And when you disrupt me, I'm going to forget. So we had our talk already, sir. Remember. Anyway, see, to forget when I get disrupted. This looks a little blotchy too, so and these shadow colors I have to mix, and I really don't like doing that, just because um when I don't use it for a while, it dries up, and then I'm like, how the hell did I color that? I forgot. Let's see here. And this is a little too brown. The green is not too bad. And I like what I did with her clenched fist. That I thought that was really cool, because originally she didn't have that. Um, Green, right? Do. Where is that neon? No, not you. Give me that neon-y green. Or chartreuse or whatever the heck that's called. Oh my god. Ah, found you. Thought you could escape. I don't think it calls for it, but I need a little bit of highlight. And maybe a bigger brush size, but right now I'm not going to think too hard on that. So how's your 2026 so far if you don't count the news? I don't want it to be this kind of channel. I'm not, I already know I'm not that smart about such things, but doesn't mean I'm not aware of such things. I'm tired. The year barely started. I'm already exhausted of what's to come. Gosh. Can't we just have like minor inconveniences? Not what the heck's going on around nowadays. That'd be really nice, thank you. The answer is no, we won't let that happen. Let's suffer together. Like when I say it, I mean it as a joke. When certain people of power say it, that's so bother. That ain't cute at all. Oh gosh, this one looks super dingy. Probably because I have a whole bunch of tainted paint inside. Well, I could mix it with this one, so it's not too bad. I don't know why it looks like she doesn't have teeth. I know that that's how their mouths look like, but I think with that hair near her mouth, it kind of confuses my brain thinking, why does she have a gummy mouth? I don't know. But I will try to ignore that. Good luck. I also did another sketch after this one, but the other one is way more simplified, but I tweaked it a little bit from the original reference, so I can be a little less bored of it and continue further and not get distracted and discontinue like a whole buttload of my works in progress, because that does happen often. I'm sorry. Hey, you better lower that or go in the other room. I already told you, okay? Hey, lower it or go in the other room. Pick one. Which one?
Be quiet.
You're not even good with that earlier. How am I going to guarantee you're going to not be loud, huh? The moment you cause trouble, go to Dada's room, okay? Oh my goodness gracious. I do notice over time when I do the LiveWIPs earlier than usual, I get a little less traction, but um, I'm not too miffed about that. I already had the taste of 15-minute fame alone on that Sailor Moon Cosmos reaction. I'm still getting comments and stuff. It's pretty weird. I'm not used to that amount of attention, okay? So now that my stuff has toned down here, I don't mind the break. So it's nice. It's a nice reprieve from being bombarded. And then that whole thing about the clotted cream from... I still haven't looked at the comments, and I don't feel the need to, and I kind of want to keep it that way. So even if there were some good comments or genuine comments where they just told me what clotted cream fudge is, and they weren't a butthole about it. I'm sorry if I didn't read it. I only read that one and then I just moved on. I was like, oh, okay, that's what that means. Thank you for telling me. And I found out already, by the way, and then that was it. Well, I already let go of that already. I'm just doing a small recap for those of you not familiar, because I already long archived it just to move forward and not think too hard. Because when, like I mentioned earlier, when you don't know a thing now in today's internet, they make you feel like the dumbest lump of turds in the entire universe for not knowing a thing that supposedly the modern world knows. I'm like, oh my god. There are more pressing matters, and you pick clotted cream fudge. Those are your top priorities, right? That's why I moved on. But this is just a recap of what happened in recent activities on my side of my neck of the woods. But anyway, back to Sailor Jupiter. Why did I painted her? For those of you who didn't stay tuned earlier, I haven't drawn her since 8th grade. 8th or 7th grade. I can't think that far, but definitely in the middle school slash Catholic school time, I drew her once. Like I tried to make my own style and I hated it. And I was like, ugh, what the hell is that? And so I did not draw her from then on. I only had that one drawing and then ugh, what the hell? And I quit. Well, I was a really big quitter back then too. So if it's like really ugly, I'm like, oh hell no, and I would just jump ship and try something else. But this time, I guess since I saw some in recent months or a few years back, I would see some people try to redraw their old work from childhood, and I was like, oh, I guess I can try. And so this is my, well, it's more of a copy, but I don't have time to be creative. I'm sorry to say. This is just for fun and practice, all right. Um, if you don't like that, there's always somewhere else to go to. But yeah, I wanted to see if I've done any improvements with whatever skills I have on me, and so far I am entertained. I liked it enough to continue after the questionable line art off camera, and I was supposed to take a nap, but I did this instead. So I guess I like this project. So I might do another one or more art challenges. I had another sketchbook doing art challenges, but it was too, I'm going to say, complicated, too complex, and it took way too long. Like that no eraser challenge. While it was good, I got distracted and tired of doing the freaking details of King Tut. So I will just do another one here. Plus, where did I put that sketchbook? I don't even remember. Um, but I would like to try to do new things. Not so much like, oh, it's 2026, new year, new me, new year, blah, whatever. This is just, I always do this every year where I try to do something different to make me less bored of drawing, because it is, as you get older, it's a lot harder to maintain interest, especially when you got a whole bunch of things in your life going on. But this is a nice break from life, dare I say. Um, okay, I also need some. It's not going to be exactly. I'm going to have some areas messy because I like making excuses for my shortcomings. And I like the human element, okay? I don't like having everything clean, super clean, but it has to be good clean within my standards, and it's usually the line art, certain areas of the where there's detail, this and that, and then I'm pretty good. But the only thing really bothering me about the lines is they're a little thick, so I'm going to have to go over several areas, in fact. That's going to be hella tedious, so bear with me, please. But right now, I'm just working on the green background, and this one's a little difficult. I'm just doing the easier parts so I can um, get that to dry and then start on the line art for the action movement of this arm here. Yeah, there's a plan somehow. Ah, all right. And then another reason why I chose Sailor Jupiter. If anything, usually my favorite of the Sailor Moon, even though I don't really watch the entirety of the entire series of anime or read the manga. I did started reading it, then I almost always get distracted. But out of all of them, I usually go towards Sailor Saturn just because she's purple and I like purple, and um purple. That's basically it. And sometimes I have my own what if monologues if I was in charge of Sailor Saturn's voice, and it's just stupid. Not nothing serious, but I thought she was a pretty interesting character in itself. So, I would sometimes I drew Sailor Saturn way more than Sailor Jupiter, and even then that's less than 5 times that I've no, I'm pretty sure less than 10 times that I've drawn Sailor Saturn, but it's super rare because I'm not like I mentioned. While I like anime and manga, I'm not very good at drawing it. I say that while I do this, but it's a bit of a struggle for me to make it stay that way because I do this sometimes where I add extra detail. Whereas in anime, they usually don't, you have a standard. And if you mess up that standard, there's a good chance you're going to mess it up unless you want creative liberties and want to um, make your own stuff. I don't have that kind of time. I just want to do this to relax and see how far I can go with it. If I want to be creative and try my own variation, I don't mind either, but right now I don't got that time. And I also got my phone call done earlier today. Woo! And all I gotta do is wait for Tuesday to set things up and hopefully things work out. Otherwise, it's yet another customer service phone call. Mm. But I'm glad I got that done. It was really annoying. I still have another one. Sheesh. So anyway, who likes making phone calls to customer service? I do not. But you got to do it. It freaking sucks. Especially you have to figure out the number where which one sends you directly to an actual person because I nowadays it's getting harder and harder to latch onto a person that's an actual human agent, human representative. There's almost always AI, and if you can help it, you have to try to find that human. Find the human, or they just give you automated or AI messaging, and it's such a hassle. But for the most part, it's been pretty simple. But like when it gets complicated, like with your like a situation that you need help with people from different departments, and you even have to do like a three-way call. My God, I've had that a few times before. It was really frustrating, but they were super nice and helpful, so I was not as anxious. I get really anxious during phone calls, but not enough for me to like have a. Not like I don't have an episode. I just get really. I really hate making phone calls, but I will do them. I just feel really anxious and worry I'll get I'll sound stupid. Plus, they know my name, so I'm like, oh God. Ugh, that's embarrassing as hell. But welcome to life. Okay, so yeah, this I need to find. I think I have this color in the Cali Arts bottle. This one's kind of dingy. Damn it. And then I think the one I made earlier is getting dry, so I have to make a new paint. Dang it. And this one needs fixing as well, but I'm okay. This one is not as the original. I think the skirt is closer to her fist, but then I made it a little bit too far, so I try to correct it somehow. It's still kind of far, but I'm gonna let that slide because I'm like, ugh, I want this done so I can move on with my life. That's basically it. So maybe the sketchbook can be like art challenges and um, more things that I'm not very familiar with that I need practice on. So that would be good, but also a little bit nerve wracking because there's a buttload of things I'm not good at. But this will kind of encourage me to do more challenging art things to help improve my skills as an artist. I don't really know if I'm an artist. This is more of a hobby for me. But this is definitely a lot more fun, and that's mainly why I do it. Whenever I get the "you should make money," oh, and I'm like, oh my God. Once you start making money and you're successful, the government gets involved. And if you know the U.S. government's handling of the monies now, it's kind of not wise to do it. That's all I'm gonna say. So, for the time being, this is purely hobby. I don't make money out of this, but I do spend some money on the paints and the materials, and I hoard some of them. But I actually have to start using them, or your art supplies will dry. And if you're gonna suggest, oh, just do digital art, just do Procreate, do stuff on tablets, and I'm like, yeah, I have, but then I got bored. I need to go back to it though. I only have a few Procreate projects that I No, I don't think I think I only finished like one or two, and then I dropped it after like a week or two because I have more fun with traditional art. Plus, everyone does digital art now. I was even suggested by a friend, like, oh, you should just make me something, but do digital art. I don't want to. The other one for sure, I can have prints and stuff. I'm like, if they see that, sorry for you to find out, but I don't like doing digital art. I can do it, but I have to recalibrate. I have to shift gears on how to do that crap because I haven't done it in a while, so it's always I always have to shift gears every time I do something else. Like I haven't done crafts in a long while, but I kind of want to get back to them, especially when one of my other friends said, "Oh, if you make any ornaments, I'll pay you." And I was like, "Oh." Now, if it's for a friend, and I might, I don't know. We'll see. I have to figure out some things because they. I also found friends that like Zashiki Buddha, so I was like, if you like Zashiki Buddha, I'll be your friend forever, and ever and ever and ever. Zashiki Buddha is this pig from Sanrio that Sanrio doesn't really like very much. They'll throw him in as a cameo every so often, but he's always not. He's always with the Sanrio roster, not so much a standalone. The last standalone merch series he had was like maybe 2000. I'm gonna say 18 about, and then that was it. He rarely ever shows up unless he's with a majority of the Sanrio cast, and it's kind of a that's kind of a pity. Like he has potential, marketing potential. I know it. My friends know it, but I don't know about Sanrio, so so I make my own fan art and little ideas here and there if I remember. But I haven't been doing it lately because I wanted to not focus too much only on Zashiki Buddha, though. I will sneak him in every so often. He can be in my cards. He can be in my paintings. He can be in my crossovers. Oh my god, I love Sanrio characters in some crossovers. They've been in a lot of crossovers. They've been in Sailor Moon. They've been with Godzilla. They've been with I don't know about Macross. Not Transform. What was that? Gundam. They've been with Gundam. They've been with Full Metal Alchemist. They've been with Attack on Titan. They've been with um, I think Anna Sui. I think that's her name. I don't know. They've I think they had like a whole bunch of clothing lines too. So they're all over. They always make crossovers, and I want to do my own version, but I'm not very creative. I just make what I think would make the most sense, but I probably grab some ideas from somewhere else. And what if Zashi Buddha was on it? And then I would just put his face on like a little scenery that originally had like Sentimental Circus, Little Twin Stars, throw out the original characters and put Zashiki Buddha and friends in there and then just have fun with it. That's all I do. Nothing, seriously, nothing special. But I'm entertained, and that's the important part, right? Right. Um, okay, so yeah, this is gonna be kind of rough, but I want it a little bit rough, so that's not too bad. And then, and I also need to try to use up as much paint as possible because I hate eyes and I use up a lot of paint in the process. Works the hell out of me. Oh no, this one is also kind of wobbly. Okay, I will. Okay, the action move is something I'm not familiar with, so I'm gonna have to figure something out. It's not too bad, but it involves like squiggly lines that showcase movement, that represent movement, and I rarely ever do action dynamic poses and stuff. So this is very alien to me and it's going into my next drawing. That's fine. Okay, not real. No, no, I could just paint over it. No harm, no foul, I suppose. Wait, where's my painting thingy that I use under it? Did I drop it again? Where are you? Oh, there's my towels. I was looking for you dumbasses. Up you go.
Look at this.
Balloon sushi.
There's no way of eating that.
Yeah, don't eat that, please.
Balloons are
I mean,
not
you can.
edible.
No, they're not. Though Are there people that eat balloons? I don't want
I
to.
don't care about those.
Well, then why are you watching if you don't care? So,
It's on YouTube.
yeah, so you don't have to watch everything on YouTube. So, sir, we had the talk. Not that talk. Just
What?
please be quiet when I'm live streaming talk. Okay, so yeah, there's so much prettier, more amazing fan art than whatever the heck I'm doing. But and I know because of that, people tend to be deterred from drawing. And I've had those thoughts too. Like, what's the point of me drawing or doing art stuff if there's way better art than mine? And it's very easy to fall in that category. Really easy. But I tell that part to shut the hell up. Sorry, boy. But I tell that part of my brain to be quiet, or it's time to not look at the Prodigy art section on Instagram or on Pinterest, and then I just don't look at it for a while until the next time I need more references, and then just stick to that. Don't look too much further because there is amazing talent all over the internet, and I don't. Mine is okay sometimes, and if you're saying, "Oh, you're being too harsh," on like, my God, just look online long enough. There's just amazing talent out there to the point where, like, I don't even know if I'm that talented. I just make copies and put things on things. But I have fun, and that's the important part. So I um, don't follow a lot of artists unless I know them at a certain degree, or they can make things I clearly cannot do, and if I remember to add them. They always say support your local artist, but then how come I have to support them? What about me? I have to think about myself, you know? And if you think that's selfish, well, like, who's going to think about me? I have to think about me? So, yeah. Like, all levels of selfishness does not always mean bad. Sometimes, or, self preservation, you might take care of yourself and think about yourself once in a while is fine. If you don't, my God, the damages it causes if you keep thinking about, thinking, putting yourself last. I don't know. Let's just say I know some people that did that. It didn't end well. So I try to mind myself more and try not to compare too harsh, or just stop going in that area where there's way better artists than me. then, then I have more peace of mind. And yeah, I think that's what does it for me, because it's really easy as artists to compare and contrast and figure out, what's the point of me doing this stuff if there's artists way better than whatever the heck I'm doing. And there are, oh my God. But if it turns out they're sweethearts, then that's a whole, I would instantly add you. But I don't know. Artists can be kind of weird. I would know. But I try to do kind of different things outside of my element every so often, but not extreme. It has to be within my control, within my capabilities. So if you're gonna say, "Oh, does she do skydive?" Oh, hell no! Oh, get away from me. If you want to do that, go get that plane and make sure you have that parachute. Not me. I'm gonna stay home. Okay. And if you're gonna, like, you only have one life, yeah, yeah, and I'm trying to value it. If you want to jump off that plane, go look for one. That ain't for me. Anyway, I actually remember I saw a few of my old classmates on Facebook. They actually did skydiving, and then they show the picture of their faces while they're in midair. It's terrifying, it's funny, and kind of gross at the same time. It's not I it makes me not want to try that ever. So like, I don't want picture, and they post it on Facebook. You don't have to post it on Facebook. Or pick the nice one, like, and yeah, and show very trustworthy friends the really messed up ones, if
Fish.
they won't. Oh, what's Play-Doh fish. Ew.
It's just a fish from the Bay Area.
I don't know if fish look like that here.
What if you caught that kind of fish?
I'll throw it back. It looks undercooked. I mean, well, obviously, but it's super doughy looking.
Look
Doughy.
at that. Why are his eyes moving?
Ugh. Your guess is as good as mine.
Gross.
It is.
I don't like Play-Doh stuff.
I don't like that smell. Have any of you played Play-Doh as a kid and you love the stuff, but you were not that put off by the smell as a kid, but when you tried it again as an adult, especially if you have kids or nieces, nephews that love or play with Play-Doh, and you smell it again, it makes you sick. That's me, because my kid had a Play-Doh phase, and I thought, oh, he can make things with Play-Doh, and it'd be cute, and I could take pictures, and oh my god, that smell is oh, so awful. So freaking awful. I hate it. Who said to keep that smell? They say, oh, that's the smell of nostalgia. Oh my god, hell no. Can you? Ugh. Even blueberry pancakes would be more preferable than that. But my god, that smell. I don't like. Like it was okay as a kid. I think because I'm hypersensitive to certain smells. Ugh. And that ain't the smell I want to live with in this under the same freaking roof. My god. How did I live with that smell as a kid? I don't know. Because now I'm like, get away from me. Blah. Okay, so I have to let this dry a bit here, but I still have to work on white. Okay, I gotta work on some white paint and pink. But the pink is a little problem because the paint I used was getting kind of dry, so it's gonna. I do have some acrylic medium thingies to slow down the drying process. The only downside is it's gonna make it stay wet a bit longer than usual, which is the point, obviously. But I also want to put it aside and not have it
What's that?
smear. Cac- Cactus,
When did you
cacti.
touch it?
I don't want to.
Why? Because it has spikes or thorns?
Yes, I'm boring and I like my skin not being punctured by nature's needle, or rather pincushion.
There are also other plants with thorns.
Yeah, I know. Like, have
Like
you picked?
blackberries.
Yes, also roses,
And also
thistles.
unripe thorny apples.
Yeah.
And even hardens.
Oh yeah. Where's that freaking? Oh, so where's the white paint? It's off camera. I squeezed out a lot by accident, so I gotta fix some areas here too. Great.
Back.
Let me scooch on over here. All right, sir, what are you doing?
The monkey.
Oh, I heard that after Christmas, you know how I saw how people were back in the shops and malls still buying stuff. The other thing that they mentioned what they did right after Christmas was return all their Christmas gifts. Return them all. And some testimonies as to why it varies. It ranged from they didn't like the gift, and so I want to go back to Costco because they have the option to just take your stuff back and give you full refund, no receipts. No, I don't know if that really is their policy. That's what they said. I don't know, but that's what they said. And give it back whenever and you get your full refund back. Man, they sound like a jerk when they say that. Like they can wear something that they like for a time, and then when the seasons change and they decide, you know what, I don't like this jacket anymore, I don't need it, and then they go to Costco and return it. And I'm like, what the fuck? And they say it loud and proud too. So I'm like, who raised you to think this is okay? Like you can't just keep. What about next winter and you need that jacket again and they don't have that brand anymore? What are you gonna do then? Like, oh, I don't like. I wish I had kept the one from the last time, but I gave it back. And then I think one other testimony was a lady who said that her two kids were acting bratty, and so she gave away all of their Christmas presents to pay rent. I was like, that's not the kid's fault. That's your own stupid fault. Like, and that's not even from that's I mean, I kind of would no, I think that's kind of fucked up. Like if I'm trying to think. She paid for all of those presents. Maybe. And if they were super really like their behavior is seriously uncalled for, then yes, I would but it has to be an extreme case, like they destroyed your living room, they pulled out all of your flowers in your garden or what have you, they used your credit card to buy like 500 cookies and Roblox bucks whatever on Amazon. Okay, give back their Christmas presents. But the thing is, I don't know how these kids, I don't know these kids, I don't know this family. It really depends. And I don't know the full story, but it just seems quite much, especially if their family and relatives were the ones that gave them the present. So I was like, it's a touchy subject for me because I did spend, but I don't include the gift receipts most of the time because I assume they will like it, and 9 out of 10 times they like it. Maybe like a person or two is a bit scraggly, like oh shoot, and but I think they just have high standards of what's a good present, and then whatever the heck I have, and it's not like oh I give you a carburetor, deal with it. No, I try to be mindful of what to give them, but sometimes as you get older, it's like what the heck do I get them this time? I don't know. They have everything, so it's always a people complain about what do I make for dinner this time. I don't have that problem. I have a problem with giving gifts for people. It's difficult. I don't like. What do you? I don't know. You have everything. I don't give shit. Oh shoot! I need to give my someone in my family gift cards. They mentioned and they were out of town and I need to give them. I need to give them maybe in a week or two because next birthday month. Sorry, I'm mumbling. I'm trying to think of things to do for this month, and it's a little busy, so I've been a little bit cranky. And so I haven't been as actively reaching out to some people unless they reach out to me first, and then I just humor them a bit, but mind my own business. Um, because it's boring tax season time, and I'm just gathering paperwork and stuff. But not all of it has arrived, so I'm waiting. And then there's these stupid clowns saying, "Oh, you gotta get your paper. You gotta start your taxes now because they're gonna do a government shutdown after the 31st of January." I was like, see, this is why I get so fed up with the news. I don't know if that's true or not because sometimes they're like random ass people saying things. Like, you're not a reporter. Who are you? But and then when it turns out it's true, I was like, "Oops, I didn't pay attention." I didn't take it seriously, and here we are. But yeah, I can't do my taxes until all of the paperwork shows up, and not all of the paperwork showed up, so I gotta wait. Like I can start on it, but if I get to that part where, oh, this paperwork's required, and it hasn't arrived yet, and it's the crap that shows in the mail, and I hate it. But yeah, I have to wait. Hopefully, it shows up later this month. If not, oh, if it shows up February, it's out of my hands. I do try to do my taxes early. Yeah, I'm the one who does taxes, even though I sound the way I sound. I'm the designated accountant, technically. Good luck with that. Like, who wants to hear about the artist that does taxes? No one. Let's see. Now, this one is a. Yeah, this is too dark. I need to add more white to make it less. And then a tiny bit of burnt umber, I guess. Ugh. Oh god. Oh no, maybe this one. This one's on top, so it's not too bad. Ooh, I don't have to go fishing tomorrow. Yay! Rejoice! Rejoice! And third exclamations here. Woo! Because I'm tired. It's good for my arms, but I can't do that anymore. Oh no, now it's too gray. Congratulations, you failed. Oh god. Okay. Let's try this other blue. Not as dark. Only 10 million.
Mr. Beast got the most subscribers than you.
My family's talking about who has the most subscribers, and my son brought up Mr. Beast. I'm like, jeez. Like, thanks, son. Yeah. Yeah. Well, Sailor Jupiter. Everyone and their grandmama draw Sailor Moon, so I'll draw the not. I'm not saying they're the lesser known characters, but I'll draw the other ones. Plus, I haven't drawn her since I was, I'm gonna say, between the ages of 12 and 14. So it's a long, it's way overdue for me to try. The only thing is, I'm trying to make the color of the shadows. It's not. It's Does that look less annoying? So now it needs to be a little darker. God, I'm not very good at mixing colors because now it's too light. Ugh, give me a headache. And then sometimes I mix too much of the paint color, and then I don't need as much, and then it goes to waste. That's usually how what happens. And they're like, "Oh, you can just cover it." Like, no, I don't need that color. That's it. I'm not gonna. The next time I'll use it, I don't know. It's gonna be like maybe 6 months from now, and it's gonna be dried by then. So it's kind of. I have to try to use up as much as I can.
Don't need some rice.
Oh, I did finish watching that Sailor Moon Cosmos movie. I didn't think I would finish it, but I did finish it. Um, it was. I think it was okay. Oh yeah. Blending. I think you need patience and a lot of practice. I think it depends on the type of color pencils, and then I think some people use a blender or like a um, white color pencil. I think there's some other methods, but those are the other two I'm most familiar with. But yeah, blending is also a struggle for me. Um, like it's super rough here, but for the most part, when it turns out well, it's really nice. But to get there is it's a micro struggle, not a real struggle, but a micro struggle. I think, um, especially if you're trying to get the right colors, because especially like yeah, with the painting versus digital art, it's so easy to just do ink drop. This you got to go with your eyeballs, and I'm nearsighted, so that's not much help. So I do the best I can, and then I try to not have colors. Um, I mean, I try to have colors that are already blended and mixed in, and then now it's like, sorry, I'm reading what you're saying. Was okay with the art in the movie. Oh yeah, yeah. Do you mean the latest movie? I is it Cosmos the latest movie? I'm out of touch. I started Sailor Moon, then Sailor Moon R, and then I stopped until I think Super S. I think yeah, S and Super S I watched, and then I jumped all the way to Cosmos. I didn't watch the rest of the. It's like life happened. I'm sorry, but I did watch Sailor Moon Cosmos. The art is gorgeous. I agree. But yeah, the movie's a little. It's it's not bad. I don't think it's for. well, for me, if you're like, oh, person who hasn't watched Sailor Moon in years, it's just it's just okay. Yeah. I agree. Yeah, okay, yeah, I did watch that one on Netflix, and I did a reaction for the Sailor Star Starlights, whatever their names are, and one of them said like star gentle uterus, and I was like, what the heck is that? Cuz as a middle-aged person, seeing the word uterus used and utilized as a weapon of mass destruction in the animation, it was very odd. But a lot of people treated it like it's normal, like, oh yeah, she totally does that. It represents birth and creation and therefore uterus. It's kind of odd, but it's in the manga. I was like, oh, okay. That's all I could say. Like, I didn't finish the manga, and so when you see that all out, all willy nilly uterus, I was like, oh, okay then. that, that's not me. That's my kid. What did you drop this time?
My Rubik's Cube.
Are you throwing things?
No, I accidentally dropped it.
Why does it sound like you threw it? Yeah. And then I kept hearing about Chibi Chibi over the years, but I was like, who the heck is that? Is that another kid? They even brought that up. And then oh, oh, those were a long time ago. I think I'm not sure if they're VHS tapes or DVDs. I forgot, but they were like actual physical copies of those movies. I don't know. You can maybe try Daily Motion online, or I think they had Super S on Netflix, because I also saw the movie for Super S on Netflix. So they may have, and they also have like the Crystal series, the manga Crystal series on Netflix. There's like, you can have a marathon over there, but on YouTube they still have the OG original series a lot of people my age grew up with, and it's in Japanese. So I was like, "Oh, okay." And then like the guys like uh well, what was those guys? They're all men. Like there's no, oh, all men except that one woman. All of them are men this time. So I was like, "Oh, okay, that makes more sense now." So, yeah, look hard enough. They're pretty easy to find. And I had to start all the way to the very first Sailor Moon. I was like, "Oh my gosh, I have to go through this again." And I got distracted, but yeah, I have extra time for marathon. Yeah, they have some on Netflix still, like the TV series, but that's the newer edition. Whereas YouTube surprisingly has Sailor Moon, the older edition. So I was like, "Oh," and it's in Japanese, so with subtitles. So that's great. But I don't really have time to watch it, so I'm like, But yeah, it's good that we have some access before some clown says, "Hey, don't have that up there." Wah. Oh my god. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on, so I also watch old stuff sometimes. So it's not the new stuff nowadays. I'm not that interested. Even if it looks like, "Oh, that has a lot of action." I'm not that interested. The stories seem kind of meh. So I just watch old stuff. So I kind of get why old people prefer their own things from their own time, cuz it was good. Like, they're right. They're definitely right. But yeah, I was just commenting someone in my other account on Insta that they prefer, a lot of people prefer the older stuff. Though there's always those purists like, I prefer the manga edition. No, I kind of don't. I like that they look like they're still teenagers in the old version. The new version, they look like they're pushing 28, and they're really tall, and they're amazing. They're really pretty and very mature looking, but I was like, they don't look like teenagers. But that's just me. If that's the look they're going for, I'm like, okay. But it was kind of off putting. But that was the only thing I had. I didn't watch all of the Crystal series. I think I watched some, and again, I got distracted on an ongoing theme as I get older. But when it comes, I think I like it more when I think the creator does like the pretty art, like the really gorgeous, amazing pretty art and promo posters, and those are amazing. Like holy crap, I wish I can do that. So while I'm not as interested in Sailor Moon, I can appreciate and admire the art that they do. It's freaking amazing. I'm like, oh, I wish I can do that. I'm not that delicate because they have really intricate, detailed work like lace and pearls and patterns with lace. I'm like, meanwhile, here I am struggling with freaking lines, and they do like printed lace and stuff. I'm like, holy crap! But when I know that that's a good artist, that I can admit that is a freaking damn good artist. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. How was Uh, a- any more reasons why you don't like the Crystal series? I think I just watched it by myself. A lot of I lost contact with friends that are still into anime. I don't know. Things happen in life, but yeah, I'm pretty sure I was way older when I saw the Crystal series. But after a while, I was like, I like the old one better. And if I really want to adhere and be more familiar with the original story, I would just read the manga. I'm not that like so much of a stickler that oh I need this as an animation. I after Claymore. I don't know if you've heard of Claymore, the anime. And they never continued to the other story arcs after their few story arcs they started with. They never continued the anime, so I had to cave in and read the manga. I was like, oh, this is actually pretty good. So it got me to read. Whereas with Sailor Moon, I guess they did everything, I think. So I was like, do I really want to? Yeah, that's the other thing. I wasn't too big on some of the characters, but I like the side characters more. I don't know if they count. Are they side characters? I have no idea. But like, I like her. She was all right. And then I didn't like Mars for a while, but she grew on me. I like Mars now. And then I actually like all of the Sailor Scouts, even the brainy Miss Amy Ami Mizuno. She's all right too. Only Usagi still bothers me. Supposedly she matures, but I think it's her voice. Her voice and her English voice I can tolerate, but for some reason in the Japanese original voice, and then she addresses I think it was kind of off-putting when she addresses Mamoru as Mamo-chan. I can't take him seriously when she addresses him as Mamo-chan. I was like, ugh. Oh, nice. That's really cool. I think they had special editions and they look really pretty. I thought about getting the manga series. Like they think they have a complete collection. I just had that as a Christmas wish list, but I didn't take it seriously. But I was like, oh, maybe I should get that later on if I want to actually read it someday. Um, yeah, while I'm not as an avid fan like a lot of people are online, apparently, I still think that is incredible art. I really do appreciate and admire that art. I cannot emphasize that enough. It's really pretty, and I'm like, I wish I can do that, but I'm not too delicate with my work, so only certain things like monsters and stuff I have a lot of fun with. But anime is, even though it's not something I'm familiar with painting and drawing, even though I do this, I rarely do it. It's quite difficult. Like some art teachers clown on anime and manga art, but like I don't think they know how serious they that art is, and it's crazy amazing, especially the seinen like manga for middle-aged men. Maybe not all of them, but some of them, like, well, Junji Ito went, I kind of got tired of him, but he does have really great detailed art. Or the guy who created Monster, I forgot, I can never remember his name, but he created the manga and anime Monster, and some other people. but it's more adult oriented. So, but they had a lot more detail, and they don't always have the giant saucer eyes all the time. So it's a nice break from the the general kid sort of, I don't know about kid friendly, but like the general what people think what is actual anime versus, oh, this is for adults. How do you like those books? Like, I the only books I got really, well, not for Christmas, but like I was just trying to get Demon Slayer. I already finished it online, but I figured I should support the artist. But lately things have been getting expensive, so I got a little bit tired of buying, so I'm taking a break. But there's some other older mangas I want to buy, but they don't sell them anymore. I have to buy pre-owned on eBay, and that's if it's not steep. Sometimes they go into $220. Like, ugh, what the hell. Oh, you too? Yeah, I used to. I was that at in school days, long long ago. I was the quiet girl that did art, and they also called me gloomy girl for some reason because I didn't like to smile, or I don't know. It's like, why do you have? Why do I have to draw and smile? Like, get away from me. But yeah, I had that title too. And then they would like, can you draw this for me? I'll pay you $5, or I'll be your friend. And then you're like, oh, okay. And then you never see them again once you get the drawing. I think that's one of the tropes of being an artist in the group in your class. Like, you get like art for dirt cheap, and then you never see them ever 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 again. What kind of things do you draw? Let's see. Oh, I forgot this part here. Oh, cool. I don't see a lot of younger people wanting to draw people. I always hear like, I don't like drawing people. Nah, like they rather draw, I guess, animals, monsters, people wearing animal costumes. I don't know. Um, but yeah, there are people who do draw people, but I don't see them often as I used to. So that's cool. Are they like portraits of or realistic people, or there's like an illustrated art style to it? There's always different variations. um, I like drawing people, but in small doses because sometimes it can be quite complicated. But I usually like drawing the faces more than the whole body. But yeah, it's pretty okay once you get into it. Oh, cool. You have your own original characters and stuff. Don't worry, I'm not gonna take ideas. I'm too lazy. But that's good that you come up with your own original characters, or you just practice drawing with characters you make up. Like, how does that go? Oh, it's 11:39. Yeah, I used to try to draw my own stuff when I was younger, but it was more geared towards comic book art because my oldest brother did comic book art for fun, not seriously, like a career, but he would do them on the side, and it was so cool watching that. And so he did try to draw anime, but it was not as serious as comic book art. And by serious, I just mean that he drew comic book art way more than anime. He did try a few, but then he just didn't take it as seriously. So I just followed what he did and did more comic book art. So I'm more familiar with that than anime. Monkey see, monkey do. Oh, nice. That's really cool. I wish I could come up with original characters, but I could come up with them like at the top of my head, but then when drawing them, I get kind of lazy. Maybe like 20 ish, 25 years ago, maybe I would still come up with characters, but yeah, now this is just for fun. But yeah, that's really cool. You could come up with your characters. I should do something of the sort, but this is just for fun, and not that making up your characters is not fun. It's just I don't have the time. I always have to do something, and by the time I have time to draw, it's like midnight, 1 in the morning, and I gotta go to sleep. so, so this is like the compromise for me. Either I do this kind of stuff like fan art, or I just don't draw. So this is my, like I said, this is my compromise, and I don't mind this as much, especially with a lot of art theft online I keep hearing about. Freaks me out. And if the rare times I do show my original characters, I'm pretty sure there's like a bunch of other people that came up with way better ideas. Let's see here. Okay, some of the lines are getting thinner, which is good, but it's gonna... Yeah, this is the tedious part I don't like. That's why I don't like doing tutorials, because I'm the one who's stuck doing the tedious stuff, and I can record it, but I don't have enough space. Even if I have, like, a bunch of space on my card and in my internal storage, it's really tedious and it bores me to tears, and then I have to edit it. I know that's the standard on YouTube, but I don't like editing. That's why I do live streams. The only downside about live stream is if you have a like something annoying shows up, or you say something not so good and you want to erase it, and you have an editing feature on live stream afterwards, but then when you save it, unless I'm doing it wrong, I don't know, but whenever I try to save it, it won't let me keep the... It saves as a copy, and then the original is still there. It won't save over it, and then I lose the watches and the views and comments or whatever I had there, the very little amount that I have. And so it's like, what the heck? So I would... that's like the case where it's kind of awful, and I want to get rid of that part that was messing up my live stream. But it saves entirely brand new, so whoops. But thankfully, the old stuff, not a lot of people looked at it, so it's not too bad. Okay, this one's kind of messy. I was watching some old shows, old animations, and I had a lot of fun watching them. But I watched them more than like Disney. I don't know if you're a Disney fan, but a lot of people my age that are into Disney, like I think a good chunk of them became Disney adults, and I never gravitated towards that. I think it's because there's too much singing. I was kind of put off by the singing. I'm like, oh yeah, that's kind of catchy, and then it's not enough for me to engage and follow up on Disney fandom. Plus, they seem too happy for their own good, and I was like, why are you so happy all the time? Yeah. Winnie the Pooh is all right. I only liked Winnie the Pooh because of Eeyore. He looks so sad, but they look so cute when they're sad. And also sometimes Winnie the Pooh, especially the merch in Japan. Oh my god. And also in Hong Kong and Shanghai, their Disney merch, especially for Winnie the Pooh, is disgustingly adorable. I wasn't a fan of Winnie the Pooh until recent years when I found out about Asian Disney merch. Crazy cute. only 215 times. Only, yeah. That's all right. As long as you enjoy it, that's fine. I probably would have lost count if I enjoyed something that much. But yeah, I do enjoy their merch from Asian countries way more than... The stuff here is okay, but my god, they are stupid expensive sometimes. And then I just like, oh god. Do I want to spend that much money for just like plushies? But Sanrio is also guilty of that. Like, they make their plushies stupid expensive. And it's like, it's a stuffed animal. What gives? Why are you $59? So, but they're catering to adults that grew up with these things. They suckered me in. And then there's also Disney, but thankfully I only have Sanrio to worry about. real, but even recent years they've gotten too expensive that I rarely shop from there. So yeah. Plus, I can't be like those collectors that buy everything that has a Hello Kitty face because I get kind of tired of Hello Kitty. But because I don't care for some characters, I will use their characters more than characters I do like. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, I don't like Kuromi, but because she has purple, I will still use her stuff. But I don't care. So if I lose it in a public setting, like a purse of Kuromi, then I don't care. But if I liked a character, I don't dare to bring it outside most of the time. Unless one of my friends say, oh, you should use it. But yeah, I do like Winnie the Pooh merch, especially from Japan. And also Shanghai. Especially the Cherry Blossom series. Oh my god. And I don't like pink. I mean, I like it now, but ge- generally, I'm not really a pink person, but I give Cherry Blossom anything a pass. A very hard pass. Yeah, yeah. I heard about that. I was like, just make her be a cat from London. That's fine. But they mentioned recent years. Oh no, no, she's just an embodiment of a cat. She's actually a little girl. I'm like, then where is her little girl? Her original girl body? Then I've never seen it before. Yeah, I'm that much of a geek to know that tidbit too. I was like, oh yeah, yeah. They made such a big deal about that announcement a while it like many years ago, and I was like, just make her be a cat. Let her be cat all her life. That's fine. Now, what does that make her sister? She has a twin sister. Is she a cat or a girl? And what she has a family. She has parents. Is her boyfriend a boy or a cat too? See, that everything just falls apart when you start asking questions. So weird. So very weird. But I don't know. Well, I don't know what the fans say about that piece of news. But I just not like, okay, sure, whatever. She can be whatever she wants. She literally has been. Yeah, Sailor Moon and some it's I see some similarities where the old stuff was way better than the current stuff released now. Same with Sanrio and Hello Kitty. The old stuff they had was definitely for children, and I noticed they were really creative with making Sanrio and Hello Kitty merchandise. But nowadays, it now that it's more commercial, more well known amongst the general public, it's not as good looking. At least here in the U.S., it's just eh. Only sometimes they may have some hits, very few hits, and then the rest I don't know what the heck that is, or it looks too. I don't know. It seems kind of lackluster to me. But the old stuff, they always came up with new characters, new designs, um, random things to put a Sanrio character's face on, like lighters. They would put cute characters on lighters for some weird reason. They would put them on like I don't know, like a beach ball, like something so random. Like okay, I guess for summer, slippers, obviously, bibs, uh, maybe a banana holder. I don't know. Like they would put on the most random things, but at least it was kind of creative, and things back then were definitely more creative and like, oh, what the heck is that? Nowadays, people are not surprised because the internet destroyed wonder and mystery. It's like, oh, it's right there. Just look online. You'll find your answer there. And you're not as amazed and the novelty wore off significantly when the internet was introduced to the public. uh, like you don't have to know everything because when you know everything, life seems a lot more boring. I noticed. But there are a bunch of things people don't know about, and that's okay. But I feel like a lot of people don't want to be dumb. But then turns out they are the dumb ones for even overthinking that far. But I don't know. People people are interesting and really annoying at the same time. Okay, so I have this so far, and I will try to dry some of it because I have another drawing underneath, and this is the Sanrio stuff I was mentioning earlier, but I'm not sure how to do this without causing a problem. Oh wait, maybe I could just have it drawn this side. Okay. Because I have to use up my white paint. I squirted way too much. I'm sorry. I don't know if I used the correct word, but this squirted out of my paint. Okay. Well, I don't know what you're thinking, but yes, I have to use this paint before. I don't like wasting paint if I can help it. So I'm going to let this dry for a bit. So scooch on over. Because the other... Can you not do that so loud? I can hear you. You know what you did. Okay. This is a little complicated, but I will get through this. So I'll put this here. Hopefully once... Okay. I don't want this to get paint either. So this is... Hello? Will it go... Oh no. Why is my camera being wonky? Let me try to adjust it so it's not like, hello. There we go. Being difficult, oh phone of mine. So this is supposed to be Sanrio stuff, but it's at an angle because my situation's a little interesting now. But I have to use the white paints to clean up my boo-boos right here, and that's okay because I made a lot of paint come out of the paintbrush more than I wanted to, and I am overdue of cleaning my brushes. This sucks. I have a lot, but then I'm running out at the same time. Sheesh. Oh, that's not too bad. So I'm gonna try to blotch. Get rid of my blemishes. Hey, where's my ruler you were playing with yesterday? Where'd you put it? Can you give it to me? I'm gonna try to do line art here.
Over here.
Okay, kiss me please. Thank you. I don't know if I don't really use it. Thank you.
Look at my new marble set.
It works now?
Yeah.
Huzzah.
Why do you say that?
What do you want me to say? Pee pee caca doo doo?
Great.
Oh, okay. It's great. And that's the other thing. Mama's voice is not really good for exclamations of joy. Oh, my poor kid. I mean that. I'm not sarcastic at all. It is great. Because earlier it wasn't working. But now it works. So yay. I'm not really good at showing enthusiasm, unfortunately. I'm just tired, that's all. Oh god, I'm trying to make this white as possible, and it is smudged with some blue and gray. Whoops. Oh well. Okay, so maybe they stop talking. That's fine. No problem there. Yay, see, I can talk. Okay, so let's see if I can actually draw a straight line even with a ruler. Fun fact, I'm not good at drawing straight lines. Let's find it. I was just... Okay, here we go. Found it. Hey, lower that you. Why do you keep trying to raise the volume? Lower it now. Goodness gracious. I know it's royalty free, but I don't want to hear that song. Okay. And if it's uneven, I'm sorry. Because even when I have a ruler, I still have the gift of making lines crooked. Is that even a gift? The answer is no. Freaks me out. Oh, it's been 1 hour 20 minutes. I should wrap it up. But I want to at least get the square. And originally it was just the picture, but because the image was so big, I decided to just make it like a Polaroid. And then I could put like little, yeah, I could put little stickers. I got a buttload of stickers I need to use. Fun fact.
No, stop again.
And then I can, yeah, because there's usually like little sticker thingies for the phone, for your pictures. I thought that would be kind of a cute idea. Please work or I'll be upset. I always envy people who could do art with rulers with ease, and I am not. I'm not in the lucky department when it comes to using rulers for art. What the fuck is that? Ah. Well, if I don't use line art, I can just paint over it somehow, maybe. Hopefully, I don't know. Okay. Oh, new music, huh? Yeah. I don't really listen to that. If anything, the ones I listen to, I just find out on their artists releasing music. I think usually on Spotify, but I don't have Spotify because, sir, not the marbles, please. I listen to stuff I find on YouTube. You'd be surprised of a lot of artists releasing on YouTube. Like, there's so many, it's crazy, and there's like music from all over the world on YouTube, which I seriously enjoy. Um, Always hearing Western music where I'm at, I'm like, ugh, what the hell is this? And they're very blunt with interesting grown up things. I really like. We had that when I was as a kid, but they made it fun. Like it was like a happy go lucky song or a dance song, or there's like these dances. Well, not the ill ones, but like they made music fun and they had play on words, so even if the stuff we're saying was very inappropriate, they used words that was, you know, like you had to read between the lines and use your brain to figure out what the heck are they talking about. And that was like, yeah, they challenged your brain on what the heck you're trying to interpret. What the heck are these singers singing about? But nowadays, they just say it all out there, and it's really disgusting. I don't like it very much. And or it's the same stuff: love, breakups, happy song, sad song, um, positive song, negative song. There's not much creativity anymore, or they're recycling stuff that's already been done in what decade. It's pretty lame. Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, the anime music nowadays, I haven't listened to very much, but because I'm kind of old, some of them's kind of too loud for me, or they use certain voices I don't really. Maybe my ears are getting kind of old, but I do like anime music, but the older stuff, and then video game music is also quite well done. You'd be surprised how like a lot of video game music, it's amazing. You could listen to it at a concert and have a great time, and you'd be like, oh, I remember this game. This is hella cool. But I have a lot more of a fun time listening to anime music, game music over the stuff that they release in mainstream media. It's like, ugh, gosh. So, I totally agree with you there. But I think the stuff I listen to is probably considered old people music, but I still have fun. That's all that matters. Okay, so what do I paint here? Maybe I'll do pastel. because that's what I do now. I'll go down. Oh yeah, yeah. Those are usually the go-to nowadays. Um, Sometimes I like them, but I notice they play them a lot at like Target. Those songs, or they play them in a lot of department stores. Those songs from the 80s and 90s. But then sometimes they'll play something that's not often played from those times too. And those actually are nice, but the ones that are overplayed too much, I do get kind of sick of them. But yeah, those two I like. I also, well, growing up, my family liked pop music and R&B and rap sometimes. Well, my oldest brother did, but he also liked music from around the world, or at least from France and some other countries too. But then he got me into anime and manga, so that's his fault. Oh, really? Oh, I used to listen to them. I think they're still active. Are they still active? I haven't. I listened. I had their first two albums, and then I think that Welcome to the Black Parade one.
This is the note that Pencil wrote, but then Scissors did cut him.
Don't do that, please.
That's rock, rock, paper, scissors.
Oh, maybe I need larger. This is gonna take me forever. Forever. Yeah, I like their first two albums. But then around the third album, I think it got a little bit too poppy for me. But I heard in like maybe a few years ago, they released a song. I think it was about grieving of losing a loved one or something like that. And they already had like a promo video. It was actually pretty good. But afterwards, I kind of forgot what happened. I don't know if they released a new album. Any idea? I should just check on YouTube. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they are aware of the things. Sometimes. Oh god, am I running out of this paint? I like this color. What the heck? What color is you? I should get more. Oh wait, I have this. What the? Why do I not have another one? Yeah, even up to now, I still have a few of their songs on my phone. But if I listen too much, I get bored. So I kind of just leave it in the background. I was like, oh, I remember them. I like them sometimes. There are a few other bands around that released around the same time as them I also liked. I forgot their names though. But I have like relatives, younger relatives that like the extreme hardcore stuff like Cannibal Corpse. Like, okay. I tried listening to a few, but it just sounds like garbled yellings and stuff and random sounding beats. So I'm like, okay, that's not for me. I'm sorry. I like something with a nice beat. Some like beats that make sense. I like those more. And sometimes they do the guitar too fast or the drums too fast, and you're like, I want to enjoy this, but now I have a headache. Oh, really? Wow. Congrats to you both. I hope you guys have fun, even though it's like 8 months in advance. Still, I hope you two have fun seeing their concert. Oh, okay. So they are still active. That's cool. Gosh, I wonder how old they are. Are they in their 50s? Yeah, that's nice. Oh my God, they were such a big deal when I was young. I think when I was in high school. Holy crap, that was a long time ago. So, okay, that's good. That's a few years older than me. Holy crap. But they still the lead singer still sounds kind of young if I remember. But otherwise, yeah, like okay, as long as they're active and still releasing okay music and they get along with their band members, that's usually a problem with bands sticking together sometimes. Like they always have creative differences, or one of them has problems with certain substances or recreational thingies, and they cause problems with their workflow, and they have to like, oh, we got to get out, or they have like a really big ego and they're impossible to work with as a group. There's always those issues with bands, and either boy bands, rock bands, girl bands, etc. You stay around with them long enough, there's going to be problems. But yeah, even if some of them leave and then, they still have a replacement or they're still getting along, that's still okay. Yeah, 48, damn. I can't clown too much because I have siblings older than that. And I'm not that far behind. Okay, wait. What is. Okay, so that's a pig. That's his mouth. Okay, so I still paint here. Okay. Oh, them? Yeah. My husband likes them. Sometimes. No, no, no. Sometimes he does. And I have a friend or two that also likes them. Sometimes I like them. Sometimes I'm like, okay, yeah. Yeah, it really depends on my mood that I listen to them. Because sometimes the guy's voice, it's an acquired taste, I think. But still not bad. Okay, I'm just gonna try to get the general colors down, and then I will call it a night. It's already midnight on my end. Thankfully, it was takeout, so I don't have to do dishes as much. So yay, lazy Saturday. Now it's Saturday. Yeah, I mostly listen to Japanese. Well, not mostly, but I do dabble in Japanese rock bands sometimes, but not all the time because sometimes it can be too noisy. So I can only listen to them in short bursts. So I think the one I listen to the most is 9mm Parabellum Bullets. And I found out that their drummer quit. And I was like, what? Oh no, I liked him. But they're starting off instead of a 4-member band, it's a 3-member band. So I was like, okay, good luck to y'all, and also good luck to him, whatever endeavors or things he has to take care of. And then Duran Gray, I hear them off and on. They're still active, I think. Headphones President, I listen to sometimes. They're all still active. So I'm like, okay, okay, and they're like maybe in their 50s. Oh no, 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 not 9mm. And then, yeah, I'm most of the music I listen to is from Japan, but in recent years I try to listen to from other countries too. If I remember, sometimes I forget. I have too much fun alone with Japanese music, but later on I try to listen to music from other countries. K-pop, I know that's super popular nowadays, but I feel like it's too noisy for me. Too noisy and commercial. So it never really grew onto me. Maybe around 2000, between 2009 and 2012, I'm going to say. I dabbled a little bit in K-pop music, but it's too loud for me. Um, but some of their alternative genres not too bad. Just yeah, just the K-pop that's front and center. It's too noisy for me. But the rest, like the alternative rock ones or some of the R&B, I don't mind those as much. But sometimes, yeah, I again enjoy in short bursts. If I listen too long, I will get irritated. And also, I'm not very keen with some of their how they manage their artists in the K-pop industry. I don't know about the alternative industry. They seem okay, but I don't know too much. But from what I've heard about K-pop industry, it sounds quite extreme. Oof. Oh, cool. They should have some tutorials on YouTube. I have no idea, but yeah, that'd be pretty cool to. Uh, what, is that a difficult song? It sounds a little complicated, but if you can get it down right, man, I'll definitely be impressed. I don't know freaking musical anything. At most, I like listening to music, and I can make up songs to entertain my kid, and that's it. That's all I can do. Or I can pat my belly to make a drum sound, and then that's it. That's all I can do. That is the peak of my musical talent, unfortunately. Yeah, I hope you have fun with that guitar. You can come up with a whole bunch of things. Me, I'm not that I'm not that good. I'd be like, I'd probably hit myself with a guitar, knowing my luck, or I'd drop it on my foot. That's art is one thing. Anything else outside of it, most of the time, I'm probably bad at. Okay, so let me. Where's blue? Damn it! Thought I have blue. Not you. Oh, maybe this one. Okay, in a few minutes, I'm gonna wrap things up. Oh, that's cool. If anything, that's already more talent than me. I'm only good at art stuff and sometimes crafts, but I'm not sure if those are anything similar. But yeah, I just do arts and crafts sometimes and drawing slash painting. And be a mom. That's all I'm good at. But it's okay. It's okay. Okay, let me get this guy down, and then I'll have to finish for the night because it's already 1:36. That's pretty long for me. And I gotta clean up the mess. Wah, wah, wah. I have so much white paint, though. Holy crap. What was I thinking? Ugh. And your sicklies, Tuxedo Sam. What are you doing with yourself? Yeah, I think maybe in a future video, I'll try to do needle felting. I used to do needle felting when it was way more popular. I don't know about now, but I have a few kits that I can. Well, they're not the complicated ones from Japan, and I will try to do the simpler ones from Daiso. I mean, still Japan, but the easier one. But the only thing is, it's way more tedious than painting. Really, 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 really tedious. So that's also a reason why I kind of avoided doing needle felting. Plus, I can't be as using my hands to talk because I will stab myself in the fingers. But with the patience and some batting wool or pillow fluff, you can definitely make a lot of really cute characters. But I think I made too many, so I might have to, give them as gifts or I guess sell them. But I don't know yet because I have to clean them up. They've been in storage for too long, and I worry that they have a smell. I don't think they would smell, but I just have to clean them up more and figure out what to do with them. Because some of them, after a while, I look at like, ugh, I did that. What the hell? So, maybe like 10 years ago, I liked them more, but then now I'm like, oh, it's just okay. Oh, nice. What are you drawing? Yeah, I should draw on my iPad too, but I'm not too interested. I mean, I drew for a while, but maybe I should pick it back up this year because I don't want it to go to waste. Oh, cool. Which YouTuber, if you don't mind me asking? Definitely not me. That's all right. I joke. Like, we just met. That'd be kind of insane. Let me see. Yeah, sometimes I want to do fan art for some YouTubers, but then I get kind of nervous. Like, I don't want them to know about me. Oh. but I did make fan art for a few, for I think maybe one or two YouTubers, but I also don't want them to know that I exist. I was like, I shouldn't be like that. I should want some recognition through their stuff, not intentionally, but like, just to appreciate the art and their hard work for and stuff. But at the same time, like, don't look at me. Yeah, I'm a nobody. That's just my introvert showing. But other than that, I did fan art for a YouTuber or two, if I can remember. But it's like that's as far as it goes. I think I shown some of the art, but I didn't tag them, so I don't. I'm pretty sure they don't know that I made their fan art. Don't look at it. That's how serious I am. I won't tag it. I'll show it, but then just won't tag it. Oh no, I still have some blue on this guy. That's okay. Oh no, painted him. Oh, it's not too bad. It's white there too, so it's forgivable. Oh, cool. That's cool. Yeah, yeah. You support your artist. I was mentioning earlier that um I don't really support too many big artists, especially if they don't support me in return. That sounds hella petty, but like they don't know me and they have enough support. I don't know. That's just me being petty and oh, I'm not. I'm like a micro channel, but I also get intimidated by other artists sometimes. So sometimes, well, that doesn't mean I don't support any artists. I usually know them to some degree, or they can make things that I clearly cannot, and I am crazy amazed. But then I can only appreciate them in small doses, or I get super intimidated and I'm like, oh, my art sucks. It's really easy to fall into that category sometimes where so I try to enjoy artists in small doses so I don't feel bad about my art sometimes. Because most of the stuff I do is mostly copying stuff. And this is because that's the hand I'm dealt with and I don't have enough time to be creative. But I still have fun and I just tweak things here and there and add characters I like for fun and I still enjoy it. So as long as I'm having fun, that's all that matters for me. But if other people enjoy it too, that's a nice bonus. So that'd be great. Oh, okay. You have oh, what's your channel? Maybe I can add you later. But sometimes when I people tell me their name and then I try to look for their channel, I can't find it. So make sure what you spell is correct so I can actually find and add and subscribe, I mean. Okay, okay, I'll write it down. My kingdom for paper. And I say I have paper right here, but I don't want to round that paper. Oh goodness gracious. I just saw my notebook and I put it somewhere not so good. I have a paper. Okay. The heck? Why is my paper like this? And do 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 do. Thank you. Well, that's a cool name. Okay, thank you for letting me know. And then, well, my channel is a little bit complicated, but if you want to subscribe, that'd be great. If not, I totally get it. My stuff is a little bit out there, but I just try to encourage others to do some art when they can. but also try not to be too intimidated. But yeah, I just do this for fun, and um, once in a while, I try to challenge myself with doing different things that I usually don't really do normally, which is good because it makes me more motivated to try something new, something different, and to not get bored from doing art stuff. Because as you get older and you have much time to do things, you may not want to do art as much. And I don't want to be like that because it's really easy for me to just, I don't feel like drawing. I don't want to do it. It's really easy the older you get. So I try to challenge myself more, and YouTube is also one of the things that motivate me to keep making more art. So this is a positive thing. That's great. That's what's been making me do live streams more. It's a lot more pressure, but I don't mind it as much the more I do these live streams. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, actually, I'll go on yours next before I forget. I won't forget. I wrote it down, but I don't trust my memory sometimes. Let me see. Live stream. Watch me. Subscribe to someone. Doot, 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 doot. Huh, am I looking correctly? Because I see every. They keep showing me ASMR. Oh, okay, okay, I found you. Oh, okay. Even your icon looks really cool. I like it. Okay, I subscribed. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm supposed to be way older than I am, I guess, but I'm not. I sound. This is how I sound, but I'm supposed to be older. But when I mention I'm middle aged alone, that kind of shocked some people in one of my Instagram posts or reels. And they're like, "What middle aged? Where is it? Where is it?" So they think I'm lying. And it freaks people out because middle aged people are seen as the vampire, like I don't know, like zombie vampire old thingies, and I'm like, oh dear gosh, here we go. What is that? I'm trying to. Oh, okay. Yeah, don't worry about that. As long as I can understand, that's not a problem. Yeah, I don't sound like a kid, but I definitely don't sound like my age. And so when once a few times online, I would ask, guess my age, and sometimes it's either a hit or a miss. Mostly misses, but then sometimes they can come off as you're like, oh, you're 68. And I think they're just trolling at that point because I definitely know I don't sound 68. I'll watch yours a bit later, like maybe while I wash dishes. And hey, man, that's no problem at all. So thank you for sharing. Yeah, I subscribed and I will definitely check out your stuff. It's nice to look at other people's work than my own sometimes. I need a break from my stuff. Okay, so. And I'm painting upside down. So I'm not sure what it even looks like. Because I have to go and clean up, unfortunately. I don't want to clean up. I delay the inevitable. So let me see what I got. That was one technique I remember doing in high school, like doing art while the image is upside down. But that's more of the drawing process rather than the colors. Okay, let me just scoot on over. So this is what I was working with upside down. Aw, that's hella cute. That's not a Sanrio character, but I like her a lot. She's Opanshu Usagi. She cracks me the hell up. And then this is my favorite character, Zashiki Buddha. I will tweak him a little bit, but I like this, like, I can't fit on the screen. It's really cute. And then we have Hongyodan, and then Tuxedo Sam. I get him and Tuxedo Mask freaking confused because their names are similar. So while that dries, oh gosh, this is supposed to be drying too. And then from here, sorry, I'm going back and forth because I got to put this down. So this is the Sailor Jupiter. It looks a lot better now, though I think the bottom area is a little bit weird, but I'll live. I'll live. It's not too bad. So there's still a lot of work to go, mainly the line art where it shows the action, but I'm pretty sure like 86% of this is complete. That is good because I wasn't even expecting me finishing this after the line art. But when I had a lot more fun with it, this is what happens. Also, I got to do shadows for her ribbon and then try to cram in some details somehow. I'm not sure without making it look weird. And then also the background is a little bit interesting. What I should have done was paint it green, but I didn't do that. Whoops. And then her hair is a little too brown. I gotta darken up. There's all these technicalities. It's not that big of a problem. As long as it looks like her, that's all that matters to me. And it looks like her, so that's fine. Okay, so what did I do today? I continued my Sailor Jupiter painting. This is on a Target sketchbook sort of deal, and I wasn't expecting much, to be honest. I thought I would just be like, oh, let's just do something, but I had a lot more fun. And so yeah, I think this is from Target. I'm pretty sure this is from Target. I'm not sure if this withstands acrylic paint. We'll find out together. And while I was working on that, I was also working on, oh no, well, this one is almost done drying, so I might just put this out together. Then I also worked on this one. So there's this guy here. I mean, those four people there, or characters. And then I will also continue with this off camera, probably tomorrow. It's too late now. But yeah, I was also talking about some things. And then I subscribed live stream. I did. And so I am probably gonna clean up now, and I'm just delaying it and I don't want to do it, but here we are. So I'm gonna go now. Thank you so much again for joining me on my continuation of the sketchbook session, sketch jam, painting jam, whatever this is. I will try to do more of this as well as my work in progress. I didn't do any, I just added more work for myself. Yeah, thanks. Nice meeting you, Amelia, or Whisper Draws. I will continue probably tomorrow or later today. So have a great weekend. Take care of yourselves. This is Delion getting on out of your hair, and have a good night. Bye bye.